Now, in this lecture, we will see a new topic. The topic of this unit only. The topic is Fermat's number. Fermat's number. We will study about these new numbers known as Fermat's number. The Fermat numbers are the numbers of the type 2 raised to power n plus 1, where n is non-negative integers. Okay, where n is the non-negative integer. The such numbers are called Fermat numbers. 2 raised to power n plus 1. For example, so and they are divided by fn. Sorry, fn. They are divided by like this. We will see some few Fermat numbers. Okay. First Fermat number, that is f0, is equal to 2 raised to power 0 plus 1. 2 raised to power 0 is 1. 2 raised to power 1 is 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. This is the first Fermat number. Okay. Then f1, put n is equal to 1. 2 raised to power 1 is 2. 2 raised to power 2 is 4 plus 1 5. Okay. Then f2, 2 raised to power 2. 2 raised to power 2 is 4. 2 raised to power 4 is 16 plus 1 17. Then next Fermat number, 2 cube is 8. 2 raised to power 8 is 256 plus 1, so 257. Then we calculate f4, f5 and so on. The next Fermat number will be like 65,000 something. Okay. The next Fermat numbers are very big numbers. Okay. These are some first 4 Fermat numbers. So look at this. First Fermat number 3 prime. Then 5 is prime. Okay. Then 17 is prime. 57 is prime. So by looking at this observation, the scientist Fermat has made one conjecture that all Fermat numbers are prime. But later on, the Euler comes and shown that all Fermat numbers are not prime. He has shown the Fermat number. He has shown one Fermat number is composite. Okay? So Fermat number all are not prime numbers. They are composite also. Some are prime also. Okay? Euler for this. So Euler denied the conjecture made by the Fermat. Fermat made a conjecture and he said all the Fermat numbers are prime. But later on, Euler disproved this conjecture and shown there are some Fermat numbers which are composite and not prime. Okay? So we will see the next theorem. We will see a very important theorem. The theorem is the Fermat number f5 is divisible by 641 and hence it is a composite. Now look, I already said you that Fermat first made a conjecture that all the prime numbers, so all the Fermat numbers are prime numbers. But Euler comes and Euler has shown that there is a Fermat number f5 which is divided by 641 and hence it is a composite. So all Fermat numbers are not prime, and we will write a proof given by Euler. Okay. So let write a is equal to 2 raised to power 7 and b is equal to 3. Okay. Then 1 plus ab, okay, is equal to, sorry, we will take b is equal to 5. Okay. Not 3. Take b is equal to 5. So 1 plus ab is equal to 1 plus 2 raised to power 7 a and b is 5. Okay. 2 raised to power 7 is 128. Okay. So 128 into 5 is 640. And this is 1 plus 640. This is equal to 641. So value of 1 plus ab is 641. Now we have to show f5 is divisible by 641. So we will show that 1 plus ab divides f5. Okay. Now you write one term, like you write one term, that is 1 plus ab minus b raised to power 4. What is this value? Value is equal to, now there is 1 as it is, here b is common, so 1 plus B in bracket A minus B cube. Okay. Now A is 2 raised to the power 7. Okay. So A is 2 raised to the power 7 minus B cube. Okay. What is B? Value of B is 5. So B cube is 5 cube. 2 raised to the power 7 is 128. 5 cube is 125. 128 minus 125 is 3. So this difference is 3. This is equal to 1 plus B into 3. That is 1 plus 3B. Okay. 1 plus 3 into B. Okay. Now, what is F5? F5 is equal to 2 raised to power 5 plus 1. 2 raised to power n plus 1. Here n is equal to 5. 2 raised to power 5 is 32. This is equal to 2 raised to power 32 plus 1. This is equal to, we can write 2 raised to power 32 as 2 raised to power 4 into 2 raised to power 28 plus 1. Okay. Now, this is equal to 2 raised to power 4 as it is. Okay. Then 2 raised to power 28 can be written as 2 raised to power 7 raised to power 4 plus 1. Okay. Now, see, 2 raised to power 4. Okay. And this is 1 plus 3b. But here we can write the value of b is 5. 3 into 5 15 plus 1 60 is equal to 60 means 2 raised to power 4. So 2 raised to power 4 nothing but the value of this 1 plus ab minus b raised to power 4. So this is equal to, we can replace 2 raised to power 4 by 1 plus ab minus b raised to power 4 into this is value of 2 raised to power 4. 2 raised to power 7 is a. This is nothing but the a raised to power 4 plus 1. Okay. Now we take the multiplication. So this is nothing but 1 plus ab into a raised to power 4. So 1 plus ab into a raised to power 4 minus b raised to power 4 a raised to power 4. So a raised to power 4 plus 1. Okay. Now we can write this like 1 minus b raised to power 4 a raised to power 4. Okay, I will write first here plus 1 I will write before, then I will write this term b raised to power minus b raised to power 4 a raised to power 4. Okay. So now this is like, so I can write this as 1 minus, so this is I can write like 1 raised to power 4 minus b raised to power 4 a raised to power 4. Okay, that is 1 square minus b square a square. Okay, now a square minus b square we can use the formula. So this is equal to 1 plus ab into a raised to power 4 as it is into, it's nothing but 1 minus a square b square. This is 1 plus a square b square. Again, this is equal to 1 plus ab into a raised to power 4. 1 minus a square b square, that is 1 square minus a square b square is again equal to 1 minus ab, 1 plus ab, and this bracket as it is, which is 1 plus a square b square. Now LHS is F5. Okay, so we get F5 is equal to, now 1 plus ab here also, 1 plus ab here also, we can take common. So 1 plus ab. Okay, into, in bracket what remains here, a raised to power 4, and here remaining is plus 1 minus ab and 1 plus a square b square. Now look at this, 1 plus ab is integer. Okay, because 1 is integer, a is integer, b is also integer, this term also integer. So we get F5 is equal to some term like individually or c, a is equal to bc. This means b divides a. Okay, like this. Some number is equal to multiple of 2 integers. This means this number divides F5. Okay. So by divisibility, 1 plus ab divides F5. What is 1 plus ab? 1 plus ab is nothing but 641. This implies 641 divides F5. and thus we get that the Fermat number F5 is divisible by 641. So F5 has a proper divisor. This implies F5 is a composite number and not a prime. This implies the Fermat number F5 is divisible by 641 and hence it is a composite number. Okay? So this is the most important theorem in our syllabus. Okay? Next theorem is that for all positive integers here, the product of the Fermat number F0, F1 up to Fn minus 1 is always equal to the two subtracted form Fermat n Fermat number. The theorem is product of first n minus 1 Fermat number is always equal to the n Fermat number minus 2. Okay? So we will prove this theorem by mathematical induction. Okay? So the proof will be given by mathematical induction. Okay? We will prove using mathematical induction. Also, we will see what happens for n is equal to 1. For n is equal to 1, what we get? We have to take multiplication up to Fn minus 1. So n minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So we have to take only up to F0. So for n is equal to 1, the equation is F0 is equal to, put n is equal to 1, that is F1 minus 2. F1 minus. Now, whether this relation is true, we will check. We know the first Fermat number F0, put n is equal to 0. So 2 raised to power 0 plus 1. 2 raised to power 0 is 1. 2 raised to power 1 is 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. And F1 is equal to 2 raised to power 1 plus 1. 2 raised to power 1 is 2. 2 raised to power 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay. Now see, F0 is 3 and 3 is equal to F1 is 5. 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. 3 is F0. F1 is 5 and 3 always equal to 5 minus 2. So for n is equal to 1, the statement is true since F0 is equal to 3 and F1 is equal to 5 and 3 is always equal to 5 minus 2. Okay? So for n is equal to 1, statement is true. Now by induction, we will assume that theorem is true for some n. Okay? So assume the theorem is true for n. This implies this statement is true for n, that is F0, F1 up to Fn minus 1 is equal to Fn minus 2. Now, the last step of induction is to prove for n plus 1. So we have to prove that this statement is true for n plus 1. Okay. So we will find the value of this. We will verify whether this statement is true for Fn plus 1. So here it will be equal to n plus 1 and here n plus 1 minus 1, that is it will be equal to n. So F0, F1 up to Fn. Okay. So we have F0, F1 up to Fn is equal to. The answer should be equal to Fn plus 1 minus 2, because if here is n minus 1. Now here is n. So here must be equal to Fn plus 1 minus 2. What answer we are guessing? Answer must be equal to here is n. So here must be equal to n plus 1 minus 2. This answer we want. So now see whether we get Fn plus 1 minus 2 or not. Okay. Now F0, F1 up to Fn is equal to F0, F1 up to Fn minus 1 into Fn. Okay. We take the product F1, F1 up to Fn minus 1 and this value is taken from outside. Okay. So we group this and this product same as this product. Okay. Now by our assumption, this theorem state this for n up to Fn minus 1. That is for n is equal for n this statement is true. Okay, so what we get? Value of this F0 F1 up to Fn minus 1 is given here. The value is equal to Fn minus 2. This is equal to Fn minus 2 into Fn. Now what is Fn? So we know Fn is always equal to 2 raised to power n plus 1. This minus 2 as this, and this again is again as 2 raised to power n plus 1. Okay. Now this 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So this product is equal to 2 raised to power n. 1 minus 2 is minus 1 into 2 raised to power n plus 1. Okay. Again a minus b, a plus b. So a square minus b square. So 2 raised to power n whole square minus 1 square is 1. Okay. So which is equal to, this is equal to 2 raised to power 2 means this is nothing but equal to 2 raised to power 2 times 2 raised to power n minus 1. That is, it is equal to 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power n. So this is equal to 2 raised to power n plus 1 minus 1. Now we know the value of n plus 1. Fn is equal to 2 raised to power n plus 1. So Fn plus 1 is equal to 2 raised to power n plus 1 plus 1. Okay. Now if we transfer this one to this side, we get Fn plus 1. This one goes to here, so minus 1 is equal to 2 raised to power n plus 1. So value of 2 raised to power n plus 1 is Fn plus 1 minus 1. So put this value here. So we get here is the value of 2 raised to power n plus 1. Okay, is Fn plus 1 minus 1. Fn plus 1 minus 1 is value of 2 raised to power n plus 1. Okay, this minus 1 as this, this minus 1 as this. So this is equal to n plus 1 minus 2 minus 2 minus. So we get that this statement is true for n plus 1 also. Okay. Fn plus 1 minus 2 always equal to product of f not f1 up to fn. Okay. So by induction we say that this theorem is true for every positive integer. Hence the product of first n minus 1 of product of first n Fermat number is equal to Fn minus 2. Okay. So this is also very important here. Okay. Now we again see an important theorem. Okay. So any two distinct Fermat numbers are always related to prime. Okay. You take two Fermat numbers Fm and Fn, where m and n are not same, they are distinct. They are easily always equal to 1. So they are always related to prime. Okay. So m and n are integers. So one of the numbers must be greater than one of the other number. So we assume let m is less than n. Okay. Now we know the relation, the product f naught f1. Now there must be somewhere fm in fm plus 1 up to m minus 1. The always equal to fm minus 2. Because m is less than n, it comes before the fn minus 1 or fn in the series. Now let D be the GCD of fm and fn. Okay. D is the GCD of fn and fn. This means D divides fm and D also divides fm. Okay. Now D divides fn. Okay. D also divides fm. Okay. And fm is in multiplication with these other numbers. And we know if a number D divides a, then D divides any multiple of it. Divide any numbers here, it multiples all the product. Okay. So similarly here D divides fm, so D divides this whole product. Okay. So this implies D divides this product f naught f1 up to fm up to fn minus 1. And also D also divides, we already written here, fn. Now D divides this, so D divides this subtraction also. This implies D divides fn minus this product. Okay. D divides fn, D divides product. So D divides the subtraction also. So D divides fn minus f naught f1 up to fn minus 1. Okay. Now what is the difference between fn and this? Take this product here and transfer this minus 2 here. So 2 is equal to fn minus this product. So the difference between fn and this product is plus 2. Okay, because 2 was here, this come here. So difference is equal to 2. This implies D divides 2. What is D? D is the GCD. This implies there are only two options for GCD. This is average positive integer. So this is like D always equal to 1 or 2. But you know the numbers Fn and Fn are odd. So then GCD cannot be 2. So only one option is GCD must be equal to 1. This implies GCD of Fm and Fn always equal to 1. Why? Since Fm and Fn are odd, GCD cannot be 2. So it must be equal to 1. This implies this average is equal to 1. So they are relatively prime. So any two distinct prime numbers are always relatively prime. If this average is equal to 1.